A story of cryptocurrency, the money revolution. What if I told you that one day you could send money to anyone in the world, without a bank, without a fee, without asking anyone for permission? Hello, dear listener. Before we begin, I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt that money is complicated, that banks have too many rules, that sending money to your family in another country costs too much? Or maybe you have heard the word Bitcoin and felt confused. If yes, this story is for you. Stay with me, because what you are about to hear changed the world, and it might change the way you think about money forever. Part 1. A world that was broken. Let us go back to the year 2008. The world was in a very dark place. Banks in America had made terrible mistakes. They had taken people's savings and made bad bets with it. And suddenly, one by one, those banks started to fall. Millions of ordinary people, teachers, farmers, factory workers, lost their money. They lost their homes. They lost their jobs. They had done nothing wrong, but they paid the price. People were angry. They asked, why do we trust banks with our money? Why do a few powerful people control the money of millions? Is there a better way? Somewhere in the world, we still do not know exactly where, a person or a group of people sat down at a computer. They were watching the news. They were watching people suffer. And they decided to do something about it. They had a big idea, a revolutionary idea, an idea that the world had never seen before. Part 2. A ghost with a big dream. In October 2008, a mysterious paper appeared on the internet. It was written by someone who called themselves Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knew who this person was. Nobody has ever met them. Nobody knows their real face. They are like a ghost, invisible, but their work is everywhere. In this paper, Satoshi described something called Bitcoin. It was a new kind of money. Not paper money, not coins in your pocket. It was digital money. Money that lives only on computers and the internet. But here is the most important part. Nobody controlled it. No president, no bank, no government, no boss. Just ordinary people, sharing and trusting each other through computers. Imagine a library that belongs to everyone. No one person owns it. Everyone can read the books. Everyone can see what is written. And nobody can secretly change a page. That is what Bitcoin was. A shared digital record called a blockchain that everyone could see, but nobody could cheat. Every transaction, every time money moved, was written in this digital book forever. This was the birth of cryptocurrency. Crypto means hidden or secret. Currency means money. So cryptocurrency is a kind of secret digital money, protected by powerful mathematics. Part 3. The First Steps of a Giant. On January 3rd, 2009, a date that will live in history, Satoshi launched Bitcoin. The very first Bitcoin transaction happened between Satoshi and a man named Hal Finney, a computer programmer who believed in the dream. They sent 10 Bitcoins to each other. Just like that. No bank, no permission, no waiting. Just 2 people, 2 computers, and a new kind of trust. In the early days, Bitcoin was worth almost nothing. In 2010, a man named Laszlo Hanyecz made the most famous purchase in crypto history. He paid 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. 2 pizzas. Today, those 10,000 Bitcoins would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. People joke about it, but Laszlo does not care. He says he is proud because he made Bitcoin real. He proved that crypto could buy something in the real world. Slowly, more people started to hear about Bitcoin. Students, programmers, dreamers, and rebels. People who were tired of the old system. They started to buy Bitcoin, use Bitcoin, and believe in Bitcoin. The price began to rise. First to $1, then 10, then 100. The world started to pay attention.
Part 4. A world changed forever. As years passed, crypto grew bigger and bigger. In 2015, a young man from Canada named Vitalik Buterin, he was only 21 years old, created something even more powerful. He called it Ethereum. Ethereum was not just money. It was a platform where people could build apps, contracts, and programs, all without a company controlling them. Imagine building a bank, a shop, or a game, but no boss, no office, no CEO. Just code. Today, there are thousands of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and more. People use them to send money across the world in seconds. Small businesses in Africa receive payments without needing a bank account. Artists sell their digital art directly to fans. Young people in poor countries save money in crypto because their own country's currency is losing value. Crypto is giving people power they never had before.
For the first time in history, a farmer in a village and a businessman in New York can use the same money with the same rules and the same freedom. But the story is not perfect. Crypto has also caused problems. Some people have been cheated. Some have lost all their savings by investing carelessly. Governments are still learning how to deal with it. The price goes up and down like a wild river. But even with all these problems, the world has changed. The idea has been born, and ideas, once born, cannot die.
Part 5. What this story means for you. Now, dear listener, let us bring this story back to you. You do not need to be a computer expert to understand crypto. You do not need to be rich. You do not need to live in America or Europe. This story belongs to everyone. Think about this. Satoshi Nakamoto saw a broken world and did not just complain. They asked, "What can I do?" They were just one person, or maybe a small group, sitting at a keyboard, and they changed the way billions of people think about money. That is the power of one idea. That is the power of one person who refuses to give up.
We are living in the most exciting time in human history. Technology is moving fast. The old rules are changing. And you, yes, you, the person listening right now, you have the same access to information as the smartest people in the world. The internet is open. Knowledge is free. The only question is, what will you do with it? Maybe you will never buy a single Bitcoin. That is perfectly fine. But I hope this story taught you something more important than money. I hope it showed you that the future belongs to people who are curious, who ask questions, who are not afraid of new ideas. The world is always changing. The people who understand the change, they are the ones who shape it.
What you learned today. 1. Big change begins with one brave idea, not a big team or a big budget. 2. Technology can give power to ordinary people who were ignored before. 3. Understanding money and finance is a skill, and you can learn it at any age. 4. Risk and reward go together. Never invest what you cannot afford to lose. 5.
The future is being built right now, and there is a place for you in it. You just listened to almost 1,000 words of English, and you understood a story that most adults in the world do not fully know. That is something to be proud of. Every word you hear, every story you follow, every lesson you take, it all adds up. Language is not just grammar and vocabulary. Language is a door, and today you opened that door a little wider. Keep listening, keep learning, keep growing. The world needs people like you, curious, brave, and always learning.